You didn't know what could cause damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he'd sustained an injury on one of his fingers.
Objection, hearsay.
Wait, you asked the question.
Okay. Okay, you said he sustained an injury.
Amber Heard is set to lose the defamation case, and her lawyers might be the cause of this. In today's video, we're going to look at 5 different ways Amber's lawyers angered the judge presiding over the defamation trial, and how this might all end up biting Amber in the back. So what did Amber's lawyers do? Number 5, time wastage. Amber Heard's team has become quite the handful in this defamation trial, and the judge is getting exhausted because of them. This isn't helping the team at all, since you have to be on the judge's good side at all times if you want to win. During the trial, Amber's lawyers would be called to the stand because they would spew nonsense, and Johnny's lawyers would object in return.
Which color is underneath the other?
Objection. Calls for speculation.
This has gotten pretty tiring for the judge.
Plaintiff has used 35 hours and 6 minutes. Defendants have used 36 hours and 31 minutes, which means the plaintiff has 26 hours and 9 minutes left.
To spell out the remaining hours both parties had left to testify. After she said this, Amber's lawyers tried to correct her, even though they were clearly in the wrong.
Sammy says 24. If you add 36 hours and 31 minutes and 24 hours and 44 minutes, you get...
Number 4, making noise in court. The judge also got annoyed by Amber's team when the witness and the lawyers themselves misbehaved in court.
Okay.
In this clip, you can see that the judge is clearly shocked by the disrespect shown by Amber's team in the courtroom. Amber's team were laughing and talking to each other until the judge corrected them and told them to stop talking and remember that they were still in court.
Dr. Hughes, since you're still in the middle of your testimony, please don't discuss your testimony with anybody, including the attorneys, okay? And anything that you looked at, referenced during your direct examination, if you could just turn that over so they can review that before cross-examination, okay?
Number 3, making inflammatory statements. Judge Penny couldn't take any more of Elaine Bredehoff's rumbling and mumbling pointless statements during her presentation of the closing statements. She immediately summoned her to the bench and whispered what insiders believe are stern warnings against making inflammatory yet unsubstantiated statements.
You recall Judge Drew saying that the police officer told him, she'll give a name, we'll make an arrest. He definitely said that.
Elaine was in the middle of ranting about police officers who visited Depp's penthouse when the couple had the alleged fight, which left Amber bruised. She was saying that the officers were inexperienced, something that the judge couldn't stand. Judge Penny immediately ordered Elaine to approach the bench, sending the court into a moment of silence. Earlier on, Amber's other attorney, Ben Rottenborn, had made some good points which were now almost being dismissed due to Elaine's choice of words. Johnny Depp supporters did not miss this, with one of them tweeting, "Elaine had the judge make her clarify her statements because she's rumbling like a nut. Glad she's undoing any point Rottenborn may have made to the jury." Number 2, the evidence. Johnny Depp took the stand to disprove Amber's claims, and of course, Amber's team tried to destroy his entire testimony. However, what they managed to do was just anger the judge and potentially lose any chance of winning the trial. During the questioning, Rottenborn introduced text messages which were allegedly sent by Johnny. This evidence was produced before the court to prove how Depp made mean and explicit remarks about his ex-wife.
Mr. Depp, this is a text message that you sent to Christian Carino on August 15th, 2016, correct?
This is already in evidence, correct?
Parts of it are.
Oh, so not this?
Not this version.
Well, this can't be 857 then, no.
In the clip, we can hear the judge asking if the text messages are part of evidence, to which Rottenborn says not this version. Obviously, Judge Penny didn't approve of Rottenborn's seemingly ignorance about the law when he tried confronting Depp with a text message which wasn't officially entered as evidence in court. Laughter can also be heard following that remark, but people are saying that the judge was straight up fed up with the drama from Amber's team and was trying her best to keep calm until the very end. One fan commented about this saying, "Imagine being a jury sitting there all day missing work for 6 weeks while the elite drag their dirty laundry around for the world to see. I think whoever wins should have to pay court costs that include paying the jury for their time." Another one added, Man, the immense patience the judge has to have to sit through this entire thing and keep paying attention to every detail. Others commented on the lawyer's rudeness, especially when he was clearly not letting Depp answer his questions in full. One particular fan wrote, "Rottenborn asking a question and not letting Johnny Depp answer by talking over him and proceeding to ask another question. You're a clown, Mr. Rottenborn." Number 1, insulting the jury. Benjamin Rottenborn told the jurors in closing arguments on Friday that they should view a verdict against her as a message to every victim of domestic abuse everywhere. Ruling against Amber here sends a message that no matter what you do as an abuse victim, you always have to do more. No matter what you document, you always have to document more, Rottenborn said. No matter whom you tell, you always have to tell more people. No matter how honest you are about your own imperfections and your own shortcomings in a relationship, you have to be perfect in order for people to believe you. Rottenborn said that a verdict against Heard would make the jurors an accomplice to Depp, who he said wanted to destroy Heard's life because she left him and accused him of abuse. In a motion filed in court on Tuesday, Depp's attorney said Rottenborn's arguments amounted to inviting jurors to decide the case based on passion and prejudice, and a larger social objective beyond the evidence presented to them during the 6-week trial. They asked Judge Penny Askerade to strike Rottenborn's remarks from the record and ask jurors to disregard them. Depp filed a lawsuit against Heard in 2019, accusing her of defaming him with the publication of a December 2018 Washington Post op-ed in which she described herself as a victim of domestic violence. Heard didn't name Depp in the op-ed, but Depp said in the suit that any reasonable reader would understand it as a reference to their relationship. In 2016, Heard filed for divorce against Depp and about the same time filed for a restraining order against him that included a photo of her face which appeared to be bruised. Depp alleged he was the victim of physical and verbal abuse at Heard's hands throughout their relationship. He also alleged the photo was faked with makeup. Heard filed a countersuit alleging Depp physically assaulted her throughout their relationship. Jurors are deliberating both whether Heard defamed Depp through the op-ed and whether Depp defamed Heard when his lawyer alleged she staged abuse incidents. In Tuesday's motion, Depp's lawyers also asked Askerade to make a minor modification to the jury verdict form in the case to more closely mirror the language in the jury instructions she gave them. Askerade declined to take up the motion on Tuesday afternoon after settling on an answer to a question from the jury. She told Depp's attorney, Benjamin Chu, that Rottenborn's remarks would stand for now. "The jury has the case now, and it's out of my hands," Askerade said. "But now we would love to hear what you think about this whole issue. Will Amber's team be responsible for her losing the trial? Let us know in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching."